Booktopia TV. I'm John Purcell, and I'm here with Liane Moriarty, talking about her new book, Big Little Lies. Welcome, Liane.
Thank you so much.
Big Little Lies is causing a bit of a stir in the US.
Well, hopefully, yes. It's still very early days, but The Husband's Secret did very well for me, so I was lucky. So hopefully Big Little Lies will follow.
Well, I get to see a few details that you may not get to see.
Do you? Okay.
It has been one of the biggest pre-orders.
Oh, has it? Okay, well, see, I didn't know that. That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
Added to that is an article in a small paper over there. So it's sort of a review in the New York Times that was yesterday. And what I read as a glowing review, and a review that would recommend it to anybody to get hold of this.
Yes.
And your first read of it wasn't very positive.
I just always, any review I read, I'm always ready for it to be a negative review. So I read it, and just somehow my eyes picked out any words that were negative. And then I read it again, and I thought, actually, that was quite good, really. So it was strange psychology that I did that.
Yeah, it points out it points out the stuff that the sort of the darker side to it, the meat that's in this package. I mean, that they sort of suggest that people may mistake it for a lighter book, and yet it's got far more
it's got
to
very
it.
dark themes.
And they refer to The Husband's Secret as well, which did so well over there. Have you been over to the US to promote? Have you been doing tours over there?
I just did a little tour quite recently, so I did a little 10-day tour to talk just before Big Little Lies and following on from The Husband's Secret. So it was exciting for me.
How's that changed you as a writer, or the impact of the beliefs about your writing future now that there has been this success in the US?
Well, readers did seem to like the fact in The Husband's Secret that I took a darker turn than in my previous novels. So I did sort of take a similarly dark turn in Big Little Lies. So I'm not sure with the next one whether that means I have to keep following down that track.
I think your agent's behind you.
Yes, I think so. And I know one of my editors did say, after I wrote The Husband's Secret, she called me up and she was basically saying, readers seem to like this, but the bottom line was, do that again.
Right.
But obviously I don't want to start writing to a particular formula, so I'm very conscious of that. But I'm also conscious of what readers liked, so...
Well, there are lots of issues, and lots of things, lots of where places the novelists can go, where they can touch on darkness.
Yes, exactly.
Darkness,
yeah, that's right.
Because we didn't get a chance to talk to you with the previous books, I just want to hear a little bit about that and then talk about Big Little Lies.
Okay.
What is it, do you think, apart from the darkness, the style of storytelling that hit it into the American market?
Well, I think maybe they liked the fact that it was still my sort of normal focus, which is on relationships and families and that sort of thing, and still quite character-driven, but with that dark side and with an element of suspense. So I think I started playing with it with the Hypnotist's Love Story, which was the novel before, and then I just went further with The Husband's Secret. But I know in America I was very lucky because I had some authors like Emily Giffin and Anne Lamott and Sue Grafton, and they got behind the book for me, so I'm so grateful to them. So that helped. But
in these days you get, say 20 years ago you'd have to go to a book signing to meet your readers, but now you can sit in your lounge room and look on Goodreads and go on Amazon and all these different places where users, even on our site, we have our reviews on our site, and see what impact it has on a reader, and to get their summary, in a sense, of your own book. Do you read those and let that affect you, or do you read it and get some sort of a guide to how successfully you've conveyed what you went out to convey?
Well, I'd like to pretend I don't read the read reviews. I always feel like the more sophisticated authors say, I never read the reviews at all. I know. But I still read them, especially in these early days, with Big Little Lies. I admit I'm obsessively reading them. But obviously you have to just take an overall, because there'll be, at the moment, I've seen, mostly good reviews, but I could quote every line of the one bad review. But so in the end, you really have to let it all go. But I think if there was something that every single person was saying, I would really take that into account, something that they didn't like in particular, I would listen.
So just to give your audience for this new book some idea of what it's about. Do you want to give me a little summary of Big Little Lies?
Big Little Lies. Big Little Lies is a story of a school trivia night that goes disastrously wrong.
Oh, that's actually interesting.
Yes, that's right. So all the women are dressed up as Audrey Hepburn, and all the men are dressed up as Elvis Presley, and there's basically a riot, and one of the parents ends up dead. So you don't know till the end of the book who died or how they died. Was it a murder or just an accident? So it starts with the trivia night and then goes back in time.
Do you have footage of that fight? Because that'd be fantastic.
I can see the footage, and there is talk of a film. So hopefully one day we will see.
Andrew was blogging about it, about the film idea. Is that,
oh really?
Yeah. Is that in the?
I can't make an announcement.
You can't say
just
a rumour.
Yeah, it's a pretty good rumour.
A bloody good rumour.
So I'm not officially allowed. I think just one more day before I can say. But they'll hopefully, yes.
Awesome.
We'll be able to see it, which is because to me it was such a visual idea that everybody dressed up as Audrey and Elvis and all the Elvises fighting. It sort of made me laugh. So that stuck in my head as an idea.
It's a great idea. I've already got the little images in my head.
Yeah.
And on life as a writer in Australia, you're not alone in your writing life. You've got friends and family that are involved. What is it like being a writer of fiction in the Australian market at the moment?
Yes, well, you're exactly right. Yes, that for me, it's quite surreal for me because I've been told, you're at the top of the New York Times bestseller list, and in Australia I go into a bookshop and I can't see my books anywhere. But then my husband says it's Australia's job to keep you grounded, Liane, so thank you, Australia. But I'm hoping that will change with Big Little Lies. And,
we're going to make as much noise as we can. So we'll
Thank you. So I mean, I've got loyal Australian readers. I don't want to.
I saw. Rebecca James on I think it was on Twitter the other night. Referenced you as the Jane Austen of Australia.
Did she?
Did
she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's lovely.
And there was a whole range of Australian writers jumped in on that conversation.
Oh, did they?
And they were all saying absolutely wonderful.
What?
And they actually said that you weren't the Jane Austen because of your family, that you must have been the Bronte sisters.
The Brontes, yeah. We always like to say we're the Bronte sisters.
Yeah. Thank you very much for chatting with us.
That's my pleasure.
And I pretty much urge all of Australia to get hold of this book, and we'll put it at the top, #1 in Australia as well. Don't let the Yanks get all the good stuff.
Thank you so much, John.
Big Little Lies is available from booktopia.com.au right now.